This is her story. Be bold, be brave, be beautiful. This is her story. Her story. This is her story. Be bold, be brave, be beautiful. This is her story. Her story.
Welcome to another episode of Hashtag Her Chosen Story. I am your host, Clivia, and it's such a pleasure to be here another time to hear an untold story, a story that maybe some of you may have heard, but some of you may not have heard. I have a lovely queen here, Zakiyyah, and I have an intro that I'm going to read out, and then I would not hesitate to bring her up. We would move things along. Zakiyya Austin was born and raised in New Jersey. She's a single mother of 2 daughters and an exemplification to resilience. Her life has been marked by 2 traumatic events from which she has been blessed with a near full recovery, a testament to faith and grace. With over a decade of experience as an insurance broker, licensed in multiple states, she built a career on helping others navigate life's uncertainties. So without any further ado, I will welcome Ms. Zakiyya Austin to the stage. Hello, Ms. Zakiyya.
Hi, thank you for having me, Clavia. Excuse me, I'm nursing a sinus infection, so sorry if my voice gets raspy or goes in and out.
For being here with us, and we jump into you introducing yourself. Mm-hmm. Say it again.
I was telling you that my voice may go in and out. It's a bit raspy because I'm nursing a sinus infection.
Okay. That's all right. We'll take our time. I was going to say before we jump in, I wanted to, I'm in a community, Women into Networking. And I know we met on another platform in a community of mostly women. And one of the things I was just talking about this morning was what's one of the things as a single mother that you're struggling with? And one person said finances. And while I was setting up today's recording, I'm like, but wait a second, this is so perfect that we're doing this recording and here we are. So this is so timely. Even reviewing your bio, I'm like, ding, Zakiyya Austin's in the house. So let the people know who you are and we'll go right in.
Yes, as you said, I am a New Jerseyan. I'm looking to relocate, so somebody welcome me to their state. But yes, I have been in the insurance industry since 2014. Prior to that, I was in real estate as an agent. I married those 2 industries together because it made sense, right? If I was selling a house, once I got the knowledge behind insurance, it just made sense to help those clients protect that investment they just purchased from me and to secure their paycheck just in case they were out of work for whatever reason and they didn't want to be worried about income coming in while they're trying to heal. Right. So that is where I started with insurance. Yes, but I'm very passionate about what I do.
Yes. And I mean, that's one thing is that you mentioned the word passionate, right? Sometimes we do things because we have to, but when we're passionate about, I would say, our calling, it makes all things well, and I mean, you've been wanting to relocate. I relocated to Florida this July will be 5 years ago. And when I tell you I was at the beach this morning, I was at the beach early this morning. So, I mean, come through. And I also connected again with some women out in Georgia. So we have a beautiful community. So, I mean, I think I'll welcome you here. I love here.
What part of Florida are you in?
I'm in Orlando, Central Orlando. Yes. Yeah, and we have actually a chapter in New Jersey. I can definitely connect you with some people there, but I would love to have you here with me. I need to kind of widen my circle. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk
All
about that.
right.
I know the people that are listening are probably, oh man, she went to the beach this morning. Oh my goodness. Because I
Yes,
was
I
telling you,
was.
I'm from New York, so I know how the weather is, and yeah, running from that. Yeah.
It's nice today. We got 80-degree weather today, and tomorrow's going to be 83.
I heard so. I heard so. So I'll send some more sunshine your way.
Thank you. Thank
I
you, and I
love it.
will
So
receive.
one of the first questions I have for you, yeah, what are the key financial strategies you would recommend to single mothers looking to build wealth? And that's at any age.
I'm definitely going to talk about permanent insurance, life insurance. That is, whether it is whole life or if it's index universal life. If they're risky enough, they can go for a variable. Um, Variable is very much attached to the investment market. So if they're not afraid of the losses that come along with that, then sure, you want to go out for the biggest bang for your buck, and yeah, you got to do a variable. Thank you. But that is one way I would say.
Right.
And that's at any age, and getting into learning investments, whether it be just buying and holding stock. If you're risky enough, you want to do swing trading, but you have to pick up another source of income besides where you punch a clock at.
Right.
Oh
Right. Do
yeah,
you provide courses or classes to learn
I
these things about
know.
investments and variables? And you
So
don't?
for
Okay.
insurance,
Okay.
any of those
But I
insurance
know that.
products, yeah, I do. I do. I teach that through education, just in a conversation. As far as the investment side, I
Okay.
am a member of two different investment strategies. That number is wrong.
It is. Okay. So we will get the correct number so you can, if you have questions as you learn more about what Zakiyyah is sharing today, we'll definitely get the updated information over to you. How can women at any age effectively invest their personal and professional development to increase their earning potential? Like you said, sometimes that 9 to 5 isn't enough, right? So what would it look like if I'm doing a 5 to 9? What would that look like in regards to building that personal investment, professional investment? And for those that don't have a clue, they hear the word investment and they think, well, I don't have enough. Even for
Yeah.
myself, I mean, I could speak for myself. Sometimes it scares me to talk about finances, but we have to. We have to. What would that look
Um,
like, to in regards to that earning potential?
it's so many different avenues of revenue you could go after, that don't cost a lot. I have done so many different
Right.
things. I've had an Amazon store, made some money. I did not like it. I got out of it. The Etsy shops, you can make money there with whatever your hobbies are. You're creative, that is where your money is, in your creativity. Figure out how to make money through your creativity. And if you get paid and you pay everybody else and leave nothing to invest in yourself, that's what you're going to get back, nothing. So you have to take some type of
Right.
risk
Yeah.
and some type of idea that you're passionate about. So yes, insurance, I'm passionate about that.
Yeah.
Right now, I have my own agency, but you have to invest somewhere, small amount to start, and even training yourself up, right, on what you're passionate about and how you can get more skilled, so you can now turn that passion or that hobby into dollars.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And that's good because even being a business owner for me, I call it reinventing myself, right? And
Mhm.
what does that look like? And with all the things I'm doing, how can I monetize it? How can I make money from what I'm doing? Yes, I can offer free consultation. Yes, I can offer things for free. But now, how can I really tap in to monetize those things? So that's really, really, really important. We met through a networking platform, and I think it's a beautiful place, Audrey Richmond's platform. What role do you think networking play in achieving financial success, especially for women who are single?
You've heard it who knows how many times. Your network is your net worth. So you don't know
Right, right,
who is your connection to your next opportunity, to that next business, to that next job that can give you an increase in money. So if you get outside of your comfort zone, go and meet new people. Don't be too big headed or too shy and stay in your corner. You have to get out there. Ask
yeah,
somebody else does networking. Can I come with you? What is that about? Where do you recommend that I
right,
join it for
yeah,
networking? Um, I invite people all the time to local networking events that I do, even online. You have to do some type of networking because once again, that introduction, you have to get close to put yourself in the proximity of opportunity. Networking is it. You don't know
right,
who's going to be in that breakout room. You don't know who you're going to draw up a conversation with and build some small rapport at first and say, that person said something that intrigued me. Maybe I could ask for a way to stay connected to them and
right.
start from there. But definitely networking, I've been networking for who knows how many years. I've always worn multiple hats at a time.
Yeah,
And in order for your business to grow, it's going to be referral. Networking converts
right.
to referral recommendations, opening a door for you. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. You said it, said it, said it. I mean, I went to a networking event in March, and I was so
Okay.
used to going with the group, and I was so used to being in the background. Now I have a director role, so I have to show up. And it was a
Yeah.
big expo in Orlando. And I found myself in a corner, and I'm like, girl, what are you doing?
You
They're
ain't
not
leave
gonna
out the
know
house
who
and
you
go stand
are
no
if you
stranger.
don't. Right.
Yeah.
And I ended up seeing a guy who works with New York Life. And we met at another event. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to text him. I didn't even want to go up to him because he was talking to people. And I'm like, you could have went up, tapped his shoulder. You probably could have talked to the people he was talking to. But I texted, I was like, hey, I see you at the expo. So we ended up talking. And because we ended up talking, he told me about a program that my son can get into for when he starts high school, which will help him with college. He told me
Mm-hmm.
about Business Networking International that in regards to referring, he was like, oh, I can, if you need referrals, I can definitely invite you. And there might be people that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would have
That's
sat
it.
there and left and not said a word. So
You
networking
don't
is
know.
definitely,
You don't know who the person you're talking to or who the person you're standing next to knows. If you don't say anything, they might be
and
that person that you need themselves. If not, maybe their sister or their brother is that person,
yeah,
or someone else that they did business with. It could be a best friend. You don't know who knows who. So yes, I could say in most instances, yeah, you have to be guarded, but at the same time,
mm-hmm,
I think it makes sense to put yourself out there. You showing up for yourself, for your future self, right?
yes,
You can't
yeah,
grow in a box by
yeah.
yourself.
So true. So, so true. Can you share any specific resources or programs that have helped you or your clients in becoming financially independent? I remember being in New York. I worked for a hospital for 11 plus years, right? And working, seeing whether it's parents, children that became adults, and adults that maybe passed on. What does that look like? Because for me, I love that. And New York, New Jersey have so many resources. Since I've been out here, I'm still learning a couple of things, meeting people, again, showing up at these networking events. And, the resources, I can say they're endless, but what does that look
Mhm.
like for someone that's about to turn 18, or someone that's, maybe now married, or someone that's a little older and maybe about to be on Social Security, but don't think they have enough, so they still have to work. What does that look like? Whether it's New Jersey, I know you serve other states. What does that look like to achieve this financial freedom or wealth?
Start somewhere. Start somewhere. It's better
There you go.
when you start younger. Stay put in that investment. and just start. Recently, I got into a financial course, Amplify, with Ashley Fox. And a lot of the stuff I knew already because I had financial license. And it's a lot of stuff that
Right.
I didn't know. So that was
Mm-hmm.
definitely money well spent. The support that you get from other students in the course, bar none, the trainers themselves. Listen, I'm very proud for what I've done. I had my investments in playing with Robinhood and all that stuff years ago. I already had the
Mm-hmm.
other investment accounts through retirement funds, but now I got back into doing mine individually. Everybody that watched this guru and that guru online, everybody knows so much and really don't know nothing,
Right.
right? So you got to go at your own pace, but you have to start somewhere. Don't be afraid
Somewhere.
to invest in yourself. If you don't try, you won't know, right? I had
Mm-hmm.
two appointments this morning where I was talking to two different women on two different levels of financially about an annuity. That is a product that you can't run out of money.
Right.
It has so many different components, but once you purchase an annuity, you are putting an insurance company on a hook to pay you forever if it's done right. If it's
Right.
done right.
Okay.
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 So you got to start
I am
somewhere.
learning
Small.
too.
Don't worry about not
Yeah.
having a bunch of money, but like I said, you got to take something out your check and say, this is for me, right? Let
Right.
that something
Right.
compound for you, however it's going to do it.
I love that. I love that. That's really good. And I tell people we didn't learn this in school. When I was in school, we did not learn it. And I mean, for your daughters, do they? Because I know sometimes children would see you doing what you're doing, and they could either care. They may care, but they may care less. What does that look
Yes.
like in your household? Do you teach it? Do they listen? Do they practice what you're preaching? How does that look in your household?
One of them, one of them, my younger one, she does. She listens, even when they say they don't listen. That's for my kids
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
you might be talking to somebody thinking that you just talking for no reason. They hear you. When is it going to register
Right.
and when are they going to start using it is different. But
Yeah.
my daughter, the younger one, she listens. She's into the investments as far as the stock market. The older one, not so much. I'll be glad when she turned that corner. But yeah, that type of stuff. They see what I do. In my Amazon
Yeah.
store, I did have them involved. One would do
Okay.
go to the store and do the shop and pick up or send me pictures of things to see if I wanted her to buy it for the store while I was running
Right.
my insurance agency. And when I turned
Okay.
off the phones for the insurance agency, we worked on labels, packaging, and shipping. We did that together. So yeah, even
Wonderful.
if you find a business, something to invest in that can become a family business, something that you can spend
Yeah.
quality time with your loved ones growing together.
So true.
Yeah,
Yeah. I love that.
you're teaching
I
them
love that.
too. When you're doing
Yeah.
that, you're teaching them.
Mhm. It's true. And I think even for your oldest, and that goes to say with anybody, even
Mhm.
non-family members, people that you might eventually meet that may want to know, but maybe they don't. You planted that seed. And then years later, they're like, you know what? I remember talking to a lady named Zakiyyah. I think she had mentioned this. Let me find her. Yeah,
Timing.
yeah. You was gonna say something.
Timing is everything. You
Yeah.
can hear the same thing from the same person over and over and over, and it goes nowhere. You hear it from somebody else. How many
Hmm.
times has this happened with you, right? You hear it from somebody else, and they get excited about it. And you're like, hold on, I haven't told you about that. How long ago? How many times? It's timing. You
Exactly.
have to be in that
Yeah.
space that it finally registered, right?
Yeah.
I've been in the finance space since 2016 for my securities license. I
Okay.
know a lot of the lingo. I know a lot of the investment talk, but some of
Hmm.
it I wasn't
Hmm.
doing myself. And it was like, why not, girl? You knew this
Right.
already. And you went and paid somebody else
Yeah.
to tell you you already knew. They just put a little more drizzle on top. and gave me that support for when
Yeah.
I get caught up in accountability. That's massive. Having somebody to be
Yeah.
accountable to as far as getting a idea and a thought out of your head into action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's so true. So, so true. I mean, you can now share, I mean, in regards to mindset, that's a big deal. So, even from the inception of when you, let's say, fell in love with insurance and all the things, I want you to share more of your story on how that journey looked and if there, what challenge, I'm pretty sure there were challenges, right? You know, was clients always a thing that you always had, or did you struggle to find clients, or did they find you? What did that look like for, again, someone that maybe they're trying to start something similar or maybe something completely different? I know that mindset plays a big part in everything. So what did that look like for you from the beginning to even now? And
Mindset
I'll give you this.
is everything. Mindset is everything. I would go back even to my beginning phase of sales in real estate. You wish and you desire to hear only yeses, but when you're in sales or you're investing in yourself, anything, so you might say, I'm not a salesperson, but if you're offering something to somebody, you're selling them, right? And if they don't respond the way you desire, don't let that one no or negative outcome be the end road for you. Keep trying it. Remember, it's always for you. At the end of it, this is for you. So it's not going to be easy, but you have to keep showing up for you. Try, get coaching, get a mentor, read, pick up books. Please, I'm obsessed with, I'm like a book nerd, I guess. Read and find an accountability partner. Networking, once again. Uh, for me, it was definitely networking, building a reputation for yourself that referrals come for you effortlessly, and educate yourself. Stay sharp, stay abreast of what's going on in whatever market you're in. That's going to be necessary. And take the nose in stride, keep pushing, because at some point it's going to look like you're the lucky one. But Lord knows you got a story behind it. It wasn't always this easy, you know. Like I had to eat some dirt before it got to this phase because you stayed there, kept pushing, and that's necessary.
I love that. I love that. And I mean, as a young Zakiyyah, what did your, let's say, your future goals look like compared to now? And what would you tell that younger Zakiyyah, maybe 14-year-old Zakiyyah? What was she up to or dreaming of?
Ah, that's a great question actually. I think I always had the ambition to be my own boss because I don't like being told what to do, right? But sometimes we could really be in our own way by telling, not wanting to ask for help, not showing up for yourself in uncomfortable situations. All of those things is what I had to work through for myself all the way up from 14. I was a badass, excuse me, from at 14 years
Mhm.
old. But I had to
Right.
mature and realize that you don't want this behavior to follow you through adulthood where you can't have opportunities that you really want because you muddied your record so bad, or it looks on your face of what your childhood
Yeah.
been through, that you now have messed up your future. So definitely walk a straight line. You know,
Mhm.
everybody has a backstory, but remember that it's going to be a future you. Whatever you're going through now is not the end of it if you push forward.
Right.
Fine.
Yeah.
Again, I talk about accountability partners a lot because really having that
I
person
love
that's
that.
going through what you're going through, right? Um, or they have a something that they're working on as well. Doesn't have to be the same thing. You're working on something, you're
Hmm.
gonna have some tough days, you're gonna need to vent, and you need that other person that may have that same experience. But as long as you keep pushing each other to say, hey, that's okay, have you tried this? Because you need other people's opinion as to have you tried or you should try. Not everything is to be implemented. You got to see what fits for you and throw out the rest. That's garbage. But if you just
Yeah.
work on what your own thoughts give you, and a lot of them going to be negative throughout the day,
Yeah.
you're gonna find yourself in a bad space. So I hope you have an
Yeah.
accountability partner. If you don't, I'm recommending that you get one or two, right? But you need to have somebody that's
So true.
ahead of
Yeah.
you, somebody that's on your same level, and then somebody that you could pull up.
Yeah, I love that. I really do. And it's so, so important. I remember just having so many ideas. I want to do this, I want to do that. But not to say, I mean, having a journal or a planner and I have all these notifications, but there's nothing like an accountability partner that, someone would say, hey, remember that goal you said you wanted to reach by Q2? Well, where is it? And like you said, have one or two, maybe have three, right? And find time to connect every week. Or if it's, again, even I started texting one of my colleagues every morning at 7:30. Her goal for this year was to leave home on time so she could get to work on time. And I'm like, okay, at least 7:30 will give her time to, and I'm like, how we doing? And she's like, girl, I'm struggling. But it has been a help because she was like, I was a few minutes earlier today. And she's like, thank you for, and that's community. That, again, accountability. And that's what we need. We can't do this life alone. And that's why even having this platform for me is ideal, because we think we're alone in this world and we're not. We have similar stories, even if we look different. I shared at a shelter the other day where I'm like, you may not be in the place where you want to be, but if we get cut, if all of us get cut today, our blood is red, right? It's not blue, it's not green. Right. We need each other. We're community. So let's treat each other as such. Yeah. And I mean, gone are the days of jealousy where women can't have a conversation without the other one hating, or men can't have a conversation with somebody getting killed, So community it's really key. It's really, really key.
I want to applaud you for having this platform and welcoming me and everybody else that was before me and that's going to come after me. Regardless of how tough it gets for you, just keep going, right? Keep finding more partners. Keep doing your homework on how you can expand your platform. I was told the win is in the sin, right? What is that? Send out an offer. Send out who you are, what you bring to the table, and see what that brings you back. But definitely, I know what an accountability partner can do for you, because you could tap out any day and say, I don't feel like it. But if you got to check into that accountability partner, you keep showing up and that person challenging you on why you haven't done what you said you was going to do, you're either going to be nothing because that's on you, or you're going to be like, you know what, this person waiting for me to tell them how I made out with that. I can't not show up. I'm the type of person that if I tell you I'm going to do something, trust that it's getting done. When it's getting done, I don't know how it's getting done. I might not know how it's getting done when I said it, but I said it and I said it out loud. So it got to happen now. That's just it. That's me. And if you hold your own self to that same fire, I promise that you will have growth.
Yeah. I love that. That is very, very encouraging. And I know you mentioned having stationery on Etsy. So let's know how we can support you, where we can find you. I know I've been putting up the website, but how can we support your products and all of that?
Well, I created the affirmation bookmarks, and they have a matching flashcard deck. So either one, they're the same things on both. They are, it's a set of 30. I have t-shirts that I make with affirmations and journals with affirmations on them. I have some more things coming. I have a perfume called Survivor. So these are the things that came along with an experience I had. And a lot of times in my day-to-day insurance business, I have to refer back to what my experience was when I had a close to death event, and how those products actually put me through. So I want to share while I can. You may hear or be offered an insurance product, and you may feel like, I don't want that. I don't need it. I'm fine. I'm good. My health is good. Nothing's going to happen to me. Baby, none of us are promised later on today, tomorrow, next week, right? You got to have it before you need it. It might be an uncomfortable bill for you now, But if you have an experience with the product that you're paying for and you get to file that claim, you'll be so happy that whoever offered you that insurance offered it to you and you took them up on it. Now, like you said, I'm licensed in several states. I would love to help you. Come on in. But if you choose to work with somebody else, really give that person a dedicated time to
Yeah.
hear what they're offering you, because it could be coming
Yeah.
from a place of love, not just sales to feed themselves.
Right. And that's so true. I share with someone, I had a guy, I started interviewing men as well, just giving them a little opportunity
Yeah, that's
to share
right.
their story. And there's a guy, he's the owner and founder of Shake Hands with Destiny. And we're talking finances also. I'm actually planning to have, so get ready. We're gonna have a finance, maybe a finance week. So I'll definitely want you to be part of that. And one
Okay.
thing I shared was in regards to some people cry at funerals. And it's, yes, I'm going to miss this person. But sometimes they cry because they didn't set up insurances. They didn't have these things planned. They didn't have estate planning. They didn't have nothing. So sometimes those tears are like, man, I really should have listened to Zakiyyah. I really should have a plan prior to, because we don't know. We never know.
My products are not just life insurance. I
Right.
offer insurance plans for what if you're diagnosed with cancer? What if you're
Okay.
diagnosed with, uh, you have a stroke? What if you have a heart attack and
Wow.
you survive?
Hmm.
There are plans that will pay you a lump sum of money to help you get a second opinion, go to a doctor that's out of
Right.
network, pay for
Wow.
your house getting renovated to make it easier for you to move around if your event makes you limited to how your house is set up now. There are
Right.
long-term care, right? That is
Hmm.
a lump sum of money that you would have to provide yourself care at a skilled nursing facility, help you pay for adult daycare, get home health care plans, all of these different type of plans. You got to be
That's
open
amazing.
to the conversation, right, about these other plans, because insurance is not just about life insurance when you die, because your life
After.
insurance can
Yeah.
pay you while you're
Yeah.
alive. My life insurance paid me,
Yeah.
and I'm still here. Hello. I had an
Yeah.
event that
Yeah.
I could not take care of myself. So my life insurance
Hmm.
paid me. That was called a chronic care rider. You got to have these things in
Wow.
place before you need them. You could hear me now. You can't unhear me, because you need to
Right.
have these things in place. If you say no, I don't need that, it's not in my budget, and God forbid something happens to you, an accident in traffic, you get diagnosed with cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, and you survive, and now you got all of this heavy medical bills. You're not going to even be able to focus on getting better because you're looking at these
Getting
bills
better. You're
pile
so
up,
right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Set
Wow.
yourself up
I
for
wish
that
I met
lifetime
you.
check. Yeah, set yourself up for it.
Wow.
Even if um, you have you go to the emergency room, there are plans that pay you for emergency room visit, that pay you per day for being in the hospital. Aflac is
Wow.
one, but there's others out there. Don't leave it to chance
That is good
and
to know.
exhaust your own bank account because you figure, oh, I got money.
Right.
One medical
Wow.
situation can bankrupt you. Put that
Yeah.
bill on the insurance
It sure
company.
can.
Yeah.
Wow. That is, I mean, I was saying, I wish I met you a year and a half ago. I'll tell
Well,
you
you
why.
met
I
me
had a
now,
friend,
girl.
she
We would
just
be
passed
here.
away. Exactly. And there's definitely people I'm gonna definitely share your information with.
I
My
appreciate
friend,
you.
she was diagnosed last February 2023 with stomach stage 4 stomach cancer. She just passed away on August 6th of
Sorry.
this year. And I mean, she fought a good fight, but I mean, even she went to California, she came back, she was going to try something holistic. And if she had certain things in place, she wouldn't be, not to say she wouldn't have passed away, but even for the family, certain things that they had to do to make sure
Hmm.
that these treatments would be possible. I really wish she had something. I really don't think she had something like that because this was unexpected. but
Yeah.
definitely we need this information. Knowledge is power. So I'm really glad that you're sharing this information. You even mentioned affirmations. You don't know this, but I wrote a book of affirmations back in 2020. It was just an ebook, and then I met some women on Clubhouse, and now we have a podcast, AM Affirmation
Okay.
Space, and I ended up recreating my ebook into paperback. So all we do is affirmations. So to hear you say that your products, and I need bookmarks, I'm like, hey, now I can just have them order. Maybe I can get some bulk from you and have that with my affirmation book. God is just so good how He really connects people. And for those listening, this is the importance of networking and really putting yourself out there. The win is in the send. I
Hey,
love
that's
that.
it. How far
Yeah.
is Orlando from where am I going to be? Boca Raton. How far is that?
I'm still learning it, but I think it's like 2.5 hours. But let me know when
Oh,
you're gonna
okay.
be there, and we could definitely,
The
yeah, I
end of
wouldn't
this
mind
month.
driving.
The end of this month,
Okay.
I'll be there
All
for a
right.
week. For a week, so we got time.
Awesome.
Yes, and we'll talk about all of
Definitely.
the things that we can connect with. Absolutely, I love that for us.
Yes.
While we're talking about money, I want to make sure that the most important thing of all of this is to set yourself up so that you are not relying on somebody else's pocket. I'm married. That's nice. You don't know what's going
Mm-hmm.
to be going on with your spouse at the time of this financial crisis showing up. Whether it's you, whether
Right.
it's your husband, whether it's your mother, you can have more than one event happen at a time. If you're relying on what you have in your bank account, what's in your 401k, or what you think your insurance pay for, because it's a lot of holes in health insurance, and get a rude
Right.
awakening, or really stress out those people close to you because now you're expecting them to show up with their wallet
Mm-hmm.
open. You don't know what's going on in
Right.
their world because they're not telling you,
Yeah.
right? Just don't
Yeah.
leave what could happen to you up to someone else to fund.
Yeah.
That's what I ask. That's my
Yeah.
personal ask to everybody. Take care of
That's
your
beautiful.
business for you, especially if you have
Yeah.
children. If you don't,
Yeah.
still, that's still somebody else's
Right.
bill if you don't have it in place at that time.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. And I was actually going to ask you what's the, your takeaway or encouragement to the audience. So that is really, really good. And before we wrap up, I'm just going to play a quick little game I like to call What You Heard. I'll say a
Okay.
word and you say the first word or thought that comes to mind. So let's see. Insurance. What comes
Get
to
it.
mind?
Get it.
Hey. Zakiyah.
Life. Full of life.
Love it. Financial independence.
Be that. Be financially
And the
independent.
last one, yeah, I love that. And the last one, win.
Figure out how to win. Waking up every day is a win, though. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah,
That
such a
is a win.
privilege. Yeah, Zakiyah, this was great. I really enjoyed our conversation, and we'll connect offline. And for those listening, I really hope that you took some notes. You can, of course, just replay the video, and we'll have some information. We'll have the website, the phone number, where you can reach out, because these are some of the things that Zakiyah mentioned I did not know. And again, if I knew, I would have. I love supporting by just hitting a send or sharing, or asking, hey, can this person reach out? So definitely this is something that we need. And because we didn't learn this growing up, but you have people that actually have the knowledge and have the nuggets to help you live that wealthy, financial, free life. And just do it. Just start somewhere.
Start.
Don't worry
That's
about the
it.
money. Worry about the ability to live comfortable where you don't have to worry about things. So definitely, yes,
The
Zakiyah.
pride that you are going to feel when you hit that submit button, or when you make that initial investment in yourself. And
Yeah.
when you keep showing up to it, set that time aside in your calendar on your phone as a reminder, the same way you do for a TV show. That's for you, for your future.
Exactly.
Block that
Yeah.
in, lock into that time, shut everything off, and focus. Take notes, study, replay, right? Get an accountability partner, a study partner, but don't let nobody take you off your path. regardless of how they show up and whatever happens in your life. 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to cry it out and then get on with it. Can I share 2 books or 3 books that I would?
Yes, you definitely can.
I recently read The Let Them Theory by Mel Gibson. Oh my goodness. She said a bunch of stuff that we already heard. And there was some things she said, and I'm like, aha, The Let Them Theory. Please read that. Then we have a financial book, Jamila Soufran, Your Journey to Financial Freedom, since we're talking about money. And then if you don't already follow Tiffany the Budgetnista, she has some great books, and she has a program for budgeting. Find your person that you resonate with. Some of these names I said might not be it for you, but find your person that pulls your strings and lock in.
I love that. Thank you so much, Zakiyya. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Clavia. Appreciate you for us having this conversation.
Yes, you are welcome. So guys, again, to hear more from Zakiyya, or to learn more, you can definitely reach out to her. We would have the the website and even those book references in the description. Zakiyya, thank you so much for your time today and for sharing your story. And I know there's so much more to your story, but we thank you for what you were able to share with us today. And we'll definitely connect soon.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Bye for now. Keep winning.
Bye. All right. That was a wonderful, wonderful conversation with Zakiyya. And I almost forgot, this episode was sponsored by Rockbrook Business Services. We had the pleasure of having Raquel on our stage a few weeks ago. All your tax and accounting needs would be met. So that's Rockbrook Business Services. Again, we had the pleasure of connecting with the one and only Miss, why did her name just skip my mind? Zakiyya Austin of Z Austin Agency. We would definitely connect with her. We appreciate her. And also we're just happy. We're happy that we're able to connect with these women and men to share their stories and to share information. So again, thank you for watching, for tuning in. Please share, like, and subscribe. As we have on our ticker, it's not just there to keep your mind going in circles, but we want you to like, subscribe, and share. Again, it's such a pleasure to have a platform where we can allow individuals, business owners, everyday people to share their untold stories. Again, my name is Clivia, and until next time, be bold, be brave, be beautiful, and remember, you are chosen for such a time as this. 1 Peter 2 verse 9. And before I go, to be a guest on our show or to learn how you can contribute to future episodes, please send us an email at chosen31handcraft@gmail.com. Again, to be a guest on our show or to learn how you can contribute to future episodes, please send us an email at chosen31handcraft@gmail.com. Just as I showed our sponsors, let's find out how you can be a sponsor. How can your business have a logo on our show and beyond? So again, be bold, be brave, be beautiful, and be kind to yourself. God bless.